All right, so Express LRS is back in the news. We've got a pretty cool project that's been in the works for a little while and has kind of come to fruition here. And this is called the Express LRS Backpack Project. And basically, what this is going to allow you to do is something similar to the TBS My Wi-Fi, but if you can believe it, less convoluted. I know it's crazy. But basically, what we're going to do here is Jai Smith has been working with Wes and a couple other guys, P. Kendall and stuff, to work on this solution for a VTX backpack. Basically, what you can do is you take any Happy Metal receiver with an ESP receiver or ESP chip on it. So a lot of these receivers we're getting now, like the EP1 and EP2, a lot of the different companies have released them, and there's a compatibility list on the website. But you can take one of those receivers, and one, you can use it in your radio if you don't have an ESP thing. And you can use it in your VRX module, so like a Rapid Fire, or any of your other radio modules or video modules that go in your goggles. And basically, what that's going to allow you to do is to control that your goggle module from your radio, and then also the new Express LRS allows you to control the same stuff through your FC, so you don't have to wire anything extra, just over your normal EP receiver. Or whatever, it's going to tell your FC to change the smart audio command for your VTX.
So what you're getting at, this is similar to TBS Cloud. That's what you said at the opening. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
You have your goggle module, you have your radio running a Lua script, and you have your flight controller hooked up to your VTX in your receiver. And on your radio, you say, I'm going to race band 8. And then your goggles and your VTX switch together.
Yep. Yeah, your goggles can switch before they come on, basically, or when they get power, because that's sending it to the receiver. And then the same thing with your FC. As soon as that FC VTX powers up and gets the smart audio signal, it can switch for you. So basically, yeah, if you're at a race and getting all ready, you can hit your stuff on your Lua script now. So they've added this thing called VTX Administrator. That's what we saw in the video to the new Express LRS Lua script. And then if you're on the master branch of Express LRS and you're using that V2 Lua script, you get all these kind of features with the backpack.
Now, this has to be rapid fire, right? Because only rapid fire, I guess Fusion has a similar interface. The standard Fat Shark modules don't have the ability to go to a specific channel. They only have the channel up and channel down buttons. But do?
It doesn't matter because we're controlling the RX 508 directly, 5808 directly.
Really?
So what they do is, you're soldering onto the 5808 pins, and it's controlling the 5808 directly. So it does not matter. As far as I'm aware, it does not matter if you have control or not over the module.
So the buttons still work?
Controlling. Yeah, I believe so. But this is basically directly controlling that little dealio there.
Well, that's pretty freaking
so this
slick.
Works for even the super cheap modules. You can for any of it. Now, currently there's a supported list there on the website. So I don't think Fusion is supported, and there are a couple others, but they're slowly building that.
That's freaking cool as crap. That's cool as crap. I'll tell you what. Rapid Fire is using, Wesley Vardy is putting out, Rapid Fire uses an SPI interface to control itself. For example, when it interfaces with Ghost. Tim Proctor asks, will it work with Foxeer? I think what Blunty is saying is that it will work with any of these modules that have the standard RX 5808 module in it, because you're soldering directly to the module. But it sounds like the soldering is probably not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, it looks like currently they've got the Rapid Fire, a generic 5808, and then the Phoenix module. They're working on the SkyZone SteadyView and the TBS Fusion. The Wildfire is not listed currently, so.
I mean, you would think it would work, right? If it has a 5808.
Yep, I'm not sure exactly how they're doing all that process, but.
Yeah, I'm not finding you just read the list. I'm not seeing the list.
Right there on the right, supported hardware third from the bottom, I think.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, Blunty.
And then any of the TX modules are usable with the backpack targets. Yeah, so there's if you scroll down there's a list of targets that you can, receivers you can put on there for the VRX backpack. And then there's TX modules you can use that already have the ESP inside of them that also are currently working.
Wesley Vardy says Fusion is going to be easy because it has ESP built in. Very nice. Right, it's got Wi-Fi. Maybe they must have an ESP Wi-Fi chip built in. Kappa FPV wants to know, does it go through the normal Betaflight Smart Audio Tramp setup on the flight controller?
Yes.
The VTX to the flight controller is just Smart Audio and Tramp. It's the receiver to the flight controller.
this is just going RX to FC like you normally set up your ExpressLRS, and then it sends the command over that protocol, as far as I know.
Well, that's really interesting because, like, if you do that with TBS Fusion, you cannot control the VTX via Flight Controller anymore. You have to control it exclusively with the Crossfire system. And the same with Immersion RC Ghost. You can wire your VTX directly to your Ghost receiver. You cannot use your Flight Controller menus anymore. But it sounds like the ExpressLRS solution goes through the Flight Controller, through Smart Audio or Tramp Telemetry, and therefore you still could use your VTX menu in your Flight Controller, unless maybe it would override it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it says it's Lua sends MSP to the FC. FC controls VTX like normal, so no change in that control.
Yeah, nice, very nice. That's unique. That's something that so far nobody else does, as far as I know.
Yeah, and so this is all currently just being released. Last few days, as V0.1 has been released. So right now, like I mentioned earlier, that means you're using the master branch of ExpressLRS, so you're right on the cutting edge. You're using the brand new Lua script. If you do want to wait, ExpressLRS will be on V2. And then once ExpressLRS is on V2, this will all be fully supported directly. You won't kind of have to flash around to get there. But